Perhaps without even knowing it, you've had to kick it up a notch. Maybe you worked on a project and needed to put in more effort to get it finished. Maybe you played on a team and everyone needed to try harder to win. Or maybe you wanted to add some spice to a dish you were cooking to give it more flavor. Those are just a few examples of a time when the expression kick it up a notch would apply. Let's take a look at this expression. I'll explain it and give some examples of how it would be used. Kick it up a notch can mean different things depending on how the expression is being used. First, kick it up a notch means to put in more effort in order to achieve a goal, like the example of working on a project. Kick it up a notch also means to try harder, like the example of a team trying harder in order to win. Finally, kick it up a notch also describes making something more exciting or interesting, like the example of adding some spice to give food more flavor. Here are some example sentences of how you would hear kick it up a notch used. Let's kick it up a notch and get this project done early. If the team kicks it up a notch, they might win the tournament. Your chili is good, but adding this spice will kick it up a notch. There are a couple of synonyms, words or phrases that mean the same thing as kick it up a notch. One of these phrases is take it up a notch. For example, he needs to take it up a notch if he wants to meet the deadline. Another phrase is pick up the pace. As an example, if we pick up the pace, we might get the job done on time. The opposite of synonyms is antonyms, which are words or phrases that have the opposite meaning. Here are some antonym phrases for kick it up a notch. The first phrase is kick it down a notch. For example, if you kick it down a notch, I think you will feel more relaxed. A second phrase is take it down a notch. As an example, the kids were very excited, so I read them a story to take it down a notch. A last phrase is slow down the pace. For example, we should slow down the pace and make sure we aren't missing important details. So why would you use one of these expressions instead of saying give more or less effort, try harder, don't try as hard, or add more or less spice? When you use any of these expressions I've just explained, it's a more sophisticated use of English and shows you know how to use common expressions. Now that you know what kick it up a notch means, how can you use this expression? Is there anything you are doing that could use more effort? Maybe a project at work or a task at home? Is there something on which you could try harder? Do you play on a team? Are you trying to learn English expressions? Finally, maybe there's a recipe you make that you want to have more flavor. Those are the perfect times to kick it up a notch. Here's my example. Since first doing these videos, I am trying to kick it up a notch and make them as good and interesting as possible. I hope you agree. Leave your example of how you might use kick it up a notch in the comment section below. We want to see your examples of how you can use kick it up a notch. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe. Learn English naturally and speak it with confidence. Thank you for watching.